V-A-L-A-K. Valak.
You may recall that in The Conjuring 2, actor Bonnie Aarons plays the film's antagonist, a demon nun channeling the spirit of the evil Valak. The nun serves as an origin story to the non-demon nun named Sister Irene and a priest named Father Burke, who travels to investigate a monastery in 1952 Romania, where strange things have been happening.
I think being here is a mistake.
Sister Irene and Father Burke eventually learn that the abbey was built on a rift intended to seal out the evil demon Valak, but in the events of World War II bombings, the seal had been broken, and Valak escaped her imprisonment and would eventually be faced by paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren in The Conjuring 2. So you might be wondering, were the strange happenings in the 1952 Romanian monastery in The Nun also based on a real case? Kinda. The film was shot in Romania, in part due to the country's abundance of creepy castles and Gothic architecture. Making it even more enticing was the cost. It was less expensive than shooting in other parts of Europe. The real-life Carda Monastery is a former Benedictine monastery found in the 1200s in southern Transylvania in Romania. Today, the monastery functions as a Lutheran evangelical church. The church building is the only part of the actual monastery that is still intact. The movie scenes aren't shot there, but the film's depiction of the structure is an interesting link to the region's past. But the origins of the nun story doesn't end there. References to the demon Valak stretch back centuries. Although Valak is depicted as a habit-wearing spirit, the real demon appears as a child riding a two-headed dragon, at least according to a 7th century demon hunting manual. Valak appears in various grimoires. Grimoires are books of magic that in part describe how to conjure demons. In those works, Valak never appears as a nun, a trait created by the filmmakers. One of the most notable mentions of Valak is in the mid-17th century Goetic grimoire, The Lesser Key of Solomon. The Lesser Key of Solomon, also known as Lemegeton Clavicula Salomonis, or simply Lemegeton, is an anonymously authored grimoire on sorcery. It was compiled in the mid-17th century, mostly from materials several centuries older. It is based on the pseudepigraphical composite text of the Testament of Solomon and the ring mentioned within, which is alleged to be the one he used to seal demons. Despite the text's claim to have been accounts of King Solomon, suggested dates for its composition range between the end of the 1st century CE and the High Middle Ages, so it's highly possible and more probable to have origins elsewhere. The Lesser Key of Solomon describes the demon Valak as the Grand President of Hell who commands legions of demonic minions. It states the following: the 62nd spirit of Valak or Valu. He is a president mighty and great and appeareth like a child with angels' wings, riding on a two-headed dragon. His office is to give true answers of hidden treasures, and to tell whether serpents may be seen, the which he will bring onto the exorciser without any force or strength being by him employed. He governeth 38 legions of spirits, and his seal is thus. So is any part of the nun based on Valak in mythology? No. Unlike the Conjuring films and certain aspects of the Annabelle movies, the nun story was not inspired by mythology apart from its name. However, the movie story was actually inspired by another work of fiction, the 1986 Sean Connery film, The Name of the Rose.